Good morning, YouTube. We're in the wife's car. Well, the wife's daily because the wife has the Blazer, but look back there. Ooh. Yeah, 2FI custom Q15s on some little Audio Legion 1600s, like 1 per at 0.8. Them little amps are beasts, dude. I could not believe how like powerful they was. It really impressed me when I put them in here. I bought them cheap when they went on sale, and it was a good investment. But anyway, let's get into today's video. Today is Monday, November something or other. It's like the day after the Ruckus weekend. And I tell you what, guys, it could have been raining pussies. I'd have got hit with a dick out there. That's how bad our luck was. Man, it was cold. I think it was like the longest night of the year. We got up early Saturday morning to head out, and it literally like stayed dark past 7 o'clock. And I mean, the trip was going great there. Then we got like 8 miles from there, and the Blazer died on Interstate 95. So I had to pull the winch cable out of the winch, throw it underneath the axles of the Jeep, back to the Blazer, and tow it to Ruckus, which went off surprisingly well. I mean, my wife did good, like steering that thing and braking, you know. And then we get in Ruckus, and we were like, you know, I made some YouTube videos looking for anybody that could help, whatever. I thought it was fuel pump, blah, blah, blah. And my God, I'm demoing, and probably about 20, 25 demos in. The wife, you know, comes up and like flags me while I'm giving a demo. And she's pointing under the Jeep, and it broke a brake line. The Jeep breaks brake lines demoing. That's, you know, common with that Jeep. But this time it wasn't the brake line that it normally always broke, because I replaced those, or that brake line, with the copper zinc line, which I highly recommend because it's triple the price of the normal brake line, and it seems a lot more flexible. It's what they use in NASCAR. It's really good, you know. It broke one that's like way harder to get to. It's on the bottom of the proportioning valve. Sucked. But, you know, thanks to good teammates and everybody willing to chip in and help, got a ride to AutoZone. Got a line. Luckily, it wasn't like the other lines, because the other lines, I had to have a flare kit and, you know, put the ends off of the line on the Jeep on the new line, reflare it, put it on. The standard line at AutoZone, like, just bam, them ends fit perfect. So I was able to get it fixed, get the brakes bled, and which was a bitch. Not a bitch bleeding the brakes. And big shout out to Chris Lee for having tools, man. That dude, I mean, I'm friends with Chris Lee, and making friends with people and being respectful to people will get you a long way in life, because that all is what helped me this weekend, because Chris Lee had tools. He didn't give a shit that I was in his tools, you know. We're friends like that, and that's cool. But what was the bitch bleeding the brakes is everybody with the damn stunt walls and that want to have, you know, 50 fucking speakers in each door. We couldn't give the signal like pump it, hold it. You know, I had to have like a damn middle person there that I would yell to over the stunt wall and loud ass doors that could yell into the Jeep cab to my wife. You know, the command switch made it a bitch. But anyway, we got the Jeep fixed. And about that time, there was a guy there with the trailer. And Tyler and Stacy Hall, they're real heroes, man. They actually, you know, they ain't known me very long at all. We kind of met through a mutual Facebook friend, and they jumped up and they were like, hey, we'll go get the Jeep, or the Blazer with the trailer. We'll take it home. They have a lift in their shop and everything. We'll put the fuel pump in. And they come and got it. We're following them back to their shop. And my voltage was a little low because of where I got my Fat Boy regulator mounted. The bass will like usually turn it up or down when I'm playing for long periods of time, like giving demos. And if you hook it up right, you know, you can turn the knob up and it won't show how much you've gained, because you need to hook your regulator straight to the battery. And it's hooked straight to the battery. And the problem with that is the voltmeter on the Fat Boy regulator shows you battery voltage, not what your alternator's putting out. And I told the wife I need to be around 16. And she kept turning the knob up and it wouldn't show 16 on the gauge, and it blew everything in the Jeep. You know, we blew all the fuses running from the alternators back to the battery. Well, 3 of the 4. I don't even know how that happened. It blew 1 in the front, both of the back ones. And I had 2 400s in the back. That's 800 amp, and it blew them. The Jeep actually slowed down about 10 mile an hour when the alternators kicked that hard. And it blew a bunch of stuff. Like, I have no headlights, tail lights, brake lights, or anything. The headlights do work on high beam. Half of my gauges in my dash don't work. So the Jeep's got a lot of issues. Luckily, I carry spare A&L fuses, and that got me going. And there is some wires burnt under the dash. I had smoke rolling out of it. It still won't shift. Like, I did manage to get a radio fuse and get the radio playing so I could give some demos yesterday, but I have to shift it by hand, and the automatic transmission fuse is blown. I put a new one in, and as soon as you turn the key on, it blows. So I know there's some wiring burnt, crossing, dead, shorted somewhere, something or other. I don't know. But anyway, I mean, the old Jeep, I mean, you know, threw some A&L fuses in it, it fired up. Half the shit don't work, got to shift it by hand. It don't matter, it's good to go. I mean, it made it to the shop to fix the Blazer, back to the hotel, back to Ruckus, and then home yesterday. Now, the Blazer, put a fuel pump in, it wasn't a problem. Put a coil on it because it wasn't getting fire. Wasn't a problem. It was the ignition control module on the distributor. But great group of guys I was working with, man. And this young dude, he's only like 18, 19, Tyler. That's Stacy Hall's son. This dude loves working on cars, apparently, man, because like all the teeny tiny shit that you got to get to, he'd jump right in it, you know, and pull these little bitty boats out and unplug shit, you know, that my hands is way too big to get into. I mean, he's got a knack for it, dude. He got in there, he fixed everything, put everything together, and got us back on the road. And sadly, it was so late, we didn't get to hang around. I had to thank him and like head out because I was tired as hell. I've been up since like 5 a.m. And anyway, we get back to Ruckus the next day, or back to the hotel after getting the Blazer fixed, which the Blazer don't have no windshield wipers. It was raining all the way back, and it's like a 50-mile drive from their house to the hotel. So we get that done, and which we had to stop and get food because we hadn't ate since like 5 a.m. and it's like now almost 11 o'clock. So we eat, get gas, get back to the hotel, chill for a little bit, go to bed, get up, go to McDonald's, go to Ruckus show, hang out with a bunch of people because we couldn't play until noon because of church, and they're respectful of the churches around. So it was a good time, just like meeting a lot of people, chit-chatting. Met a guy, can't remember his name, but I was like, I need to check the fuse on my head unit. I did, and I was worried at this point that my amps or nothing was working. But luckily, blown fuse in the head unit, fixed that, it come on, all my amps come on. I was able to give demos, had a decent day, had to leave Ruckus early yesterday because the headlight issue and tail lights and brake lights in the Jeep. Managed to get home. And then basically here we are, because I was lazy as hell when I got home yesterday. I didn't want to do nothing. Wife didn't want to do nothing. We were both tired and beat. But what I'm going to leave this video with is my wife didn't know that the Fat Boy regulator wouldn't show 16 volt. You know, I was only charging about 15.7, and she turned the knob and it only went up 1/10 because it is hooked straight to the battery in the back, and that gauge on a Fat Boy is only going to show what that battery's sitting at. So, you know, 2 alternators, a 135C max, it's going to charge up, not instantly, to show it on the gauge on my Fat Boy. So, you know, I could have told her, just bump it up a cunt hair, it's going to be done, you know. So shit happens. The Blazer breaking down, shit happens. Did I get discouraged? All this shit happened? Not really. I mean, it was more than I wanted to deal with, for sure. but it happens. You know, when you have a base ride, shit happens. When you have 2 base rides, double the shit happens. You know, normally the old Jeep's like tried and true, man. It'll break a brake line, fix it, and it's done. So this was a new set of problems for me, but I'll either fix it or... Used vehicles are expensive right now, because I was looking yesterday at something I can replace the Jeep with, and they are just more than I really want to spend. So I'm probably just going to rip the Jeep all the way apart and rebuild. I don't know yet. I know I'm swapping subs in the Blazer because the DS18 hooligans are just not doing it for me. They're great subs. They get loud, they get windy, but they don't seem to like the power that I have on them, and they're 4-inch coil. The Prides handle that power really, really well. For a 3-inch coil, they're taking it all day. They don't get smelly, so I think it'll be a better fit to put the Prides in the Blazer at this point. I love DS18 products, just not them subs. So I'll probably put the Prides in there. And I don't even know if the Jeep will be at the Team Hertz Donut Show. Hopefully it will. I'm going to swap subs in it, and I can take it there. That's at my buddy Billy's place. I can leave it there when I'm done. If it breaks anything, it's already at home. We'll just push it over to Billy's shop, tear it apart. It's all good. But that's probably what's going to happen. Anyway, another thing I'm going to leave this video with is etiquette. That's the word I'm going to use, etiquette. Guys, be respectful at these shows. When you meet people, be respectful. You don't know who you're meeting at that particular moment that'll save your ass someday. Stacy Hall and Tyler Hall, I met them guys through a Facebook friend at Mud Bash. It wasn't even a car radio competition. It was a Mud Bash event.
They drove an hour.
I went there for, you know, a weekend, a long weekend. I met Chris Carter. We were friends on Facebook. First time meeting him in person, I met him there. I wind up camping with him. These are his friends. You know, the kids knew who I was from TikTok, but I wound up, you know, hanging out with them all weekend. And they were just a great group of people, man. And always be respectful to people, you know. Them are the people that drove an hour out of their way to come get the Blazer, drive back, and work on it all evening to help somebody they barely knew. They met one weekend. So be respectful. Don't be a douchebag to people, man, because you never know who's going to save your ass that you meet. And that's my recap of the weekend. I hope y'all watch this to the end, man. Give me a thumbs up or something, because I did have a shitty weekend. But anyway, you know, all the vehicles are home. It's all good, and we still here kicking it. We will rebuild. Peace out, everybody, and base on.